Hey, it's Becca. Let's be clear, I'm not particularly good in the kitchen. I always admire friends and colleagues, though, who are and who like to spend lots of time over a hot stove, especially when they're cooking for me. And some of them are getting into cooking with cannabis, as evidently a lot of other folks are too. On YouTube, that sassy grandma called Nana Marijuana has drawn more than 2 million views of her preparing chicken pot cacciatore. And have you noticed that cannabis cookbooks have become all the rage? Just go to Amazon and take a look at the bevy of books on the market right now, about 15 pages of them. It's certainly a far cry from how we used to dump a bag of marijuana into a pre-packaged brownie mix, yeah? We've come a long way since this iconic little cookbook, Brownie Mary's Marijuana Cookbook, came out in 1993. Brownie Mary, who died a few years later, was a beloved activist in San Francisco who defied law enforcement by baking marijuana-infused brownies to give out to AIDS patients. Brownie Mary is legend in Northern California. Folks with chronic pain often prefer eating their marijuana medicine in food because the pain relief lasts longer and they don't have to consume it as often. Usually they don't want anything fancy, some cannabis-infused butter or oil. They just want to eat their cannabis and get relief. And then there's the whole trendy part of it. Invite some friends over for dinner and cook up a gourmet meal with cannabis as a star ingredient. And that's where most of these fancy cookbooks come in. For instance, the Cannabis Kitchen cookbook, author Robyn Griggs Lawrence out here in Colorado enlisted top chefs for her recipes. How about sesame crusted cannabis seared ai tuna? Or for dessert, cannabis avocado mousse with cashews and lavender. Wow! But Robyn, like most of the other authors, also takes pains to include in her book the fact that you gotta be careful. You can take in too much marijuana, particularly since you don't start feeling the high until 30 minutes or up to 2 hours later. In that lag time, you might be tempted to continue eating and increasing your dosage. Ooh, e.g. wow, that's a prescription for going down a bad road. In fact, Robyn dedicates a page to when you eat too much. Suggestions include breathe, lay down, close your eyes, it eliminates the visual chaos, and breathe. Eat an orange. It has a chemical in it that can ease the effects of the THC, the cannabinoid that gets us high, of course. And importantly, remind yourself that nobody has died ingesting too much cannabis. Nonetheless, I'd suggest if you're the hostess where you're cooking up a dinner party with various cannabis-infused foods, keep a tight rein on who's eating what of your delectable cannabis-infused creations. I'd also suggest you have a few places to flop in your house just in case your guests start in on second and third helpings. I'm Becca Williams. Thanks for joining me. You'll come back again. See you next time.